Hey y'all, Desolator Magic here, and they have finally revealed what the Challenger deck lists are for 2019. Oh boy, there's 4 of them, and you already know that I totally agree with this product in its entirety existing. So if you're not familiar, they cost $30 in the US, and they are 60 plus 15 decks that are supposed to be highly competitive but purposely watered down for the reasons of money. Basically, they'll never tell you that, but that's what they are. So they're based on past tournament results, I guess. So they are literally just net decks. But because a lot of these decks are like $300 and they're selling them for $30, they have to take out all the valuable cards. Although not all. I mean, I'd say most of these are probably in the 50 to 60 range. And that's if you add up like every last individual card, if you were to literally just like go on eBay and buy the singles. So, I mean, okay, they're an okay value, but I still don't think they should exist, obviously. So let's just skip all this crap. I don't have any interest in them telling me about these. So first we got United Assault. It's mono white, which, you know, I can get behind that. So this one, it looks pretty proper. This is actually not bad. Pride of Conquerors, that's a little weird. I mean, okay, if they're going to double down on Ascend, where's Snubhorn? But Dauntless Bodyguard, that's the one card that shouldn't be in here, clearly. There's nothing to guard. There's no Angel. There's no Lyra. There's no Resplendent. I mean, yeah, it's a 2-1 for 1. Okay, I get it. But what's the point? Healer's Hawk, yeah, I get it. Leonin, of course. Sky Marcher, sure. And then Johnny's Primate, there you go. So that's why you've got the Leonin engine in there. And then Adanto, yeah, that card's obnoxious. Banalish, yeah, I guess. I mean, you're no longer going for pure flood, now you're going for boost, and there's 4 of them too, so that's weird. But these are not worth very much. That card never was. It was like $1.80 last time I checked. And then Hunted Witness, there probably should be more of those than Dauntless. I mean, you're going for speed damage, I get it, but I don't know, I'm going to say this about all of them, but there's a better way to build this. It's close, but there's a better way to do this. Also, 21 planes. Not even a memorial in there. I mean, I get it, you're going fast and you can't have a single one come in tapped. But yeah, 21 planes. Yeah, and then we got Boosty Boost. Probably should just be charge, honestly, because this is not an all-in Ascend deck. Otherwise, it would have multiple creatures that, when they die, they create a vampire. Actually, does this one do that? No, it doesn't. Okay, well, there is a 2-1 for 1 that does that. Then there's Conclave Tribunal. That makes sense, of course. Legion's Landing, yeah, okay. And there's some money. Then History Benalia, absolutely. And the deck should be running 4 of it. So, and also, while we're at what should be, this card should be legendary. Obviously, they screwed that up. So I'm on the fence of banning this, honestly. So yeah, I mean, they got all the money sitting right here pretty much. I don't see, I mean, these are maybe $1. Yeah, this is one of the lower ones. There ain't nothing in here. Even Conclave isn't that much. This has got to be a $40 deck or something. It's not like I'm actually going to add them up. But the sideboard has another Conclave. That's interesting. Knight of Grace. Okay. I mean, I get that. Make a Stand. Yeah, I guess. That one's a little late. Then we got Shield Mare. I don't know why that's in there. Baffling End. I mean, if you need faster removal, I guess, against a red deck. A lot of this is anti-red. Shield is obviously anti-red, but I don't know anybody who actually does this. Tocatli, yeah, I guess, classic sideboard. And then Remorseful. That's weird. 2-1 flyer for 2, and it can nuke a graveyard, but there's only 1. If you sideboard in 1 card, you are not going to pull it. There's like a 10% chance of that happening, so... Yep. So, I mean, this one, yeah, it's direct. There's a little bit different way to play this, and the fact that it doesn't have Loxodon is just unusual to me. So, whatever. I guess they didn't want to build it verbatim, but there is just not a lot of value in here at all. I think maybe if Legions were 10 and these were 15, I don't know, something in that neighborhood would be worth it, but I don't think that's true anymore for either of them. Once again, I didn't make a graph with all the damn prices, so, you know. Next up, we've got Lightning Aggro. Yes, it's pronounced aggro, not aggro. I'm not British. Shut the hell up. Let's see. It's, what do we got here? This is going to be complete AIDS. Fanatical Firebrand. Yep. Lava Runner. Yep. Runaway Asshole. That should be banned. Yep. Yep. Ooh, that's money. Isn't that still like $25? Damn. Yep. Yep. And 2 of those. Yeah, this is pretty much the whole deck. They didn't change anything, but that's because that deck's like dirt cheap in the first place. So 22 mountains, okay. And I thought there was one special land people playing this. Maybe not. I don't know. It could have more experimental frenzies, but that goes more into mid-range and they cost 4. They already got a Phoenix in there, so this is a little slow, but I'm trying to think what they're missing. I know this isn't quite spot on. I know not everybody runs Banefire either, but honestly they should. It'll take out a Planeswalker. Maybe more lava coils. I don't know. I'm not familiar with this deck list because I have no interest in building it. Lightning Mare, cool. Fiery Cannonade, absolutely that's in the sideboard. Diamond Mare, I don't know what would be the point of that at all. And Fight with Fire, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't put it in there. I would put, what's that other one? It's kind of like Lava Coil. I don't remember. Whatever. Who cares? So, yeah, this is pretty spot on, but not worth much. I mean, Chain Whirlers have got to be like $3-4, and that's a lot. The rest of it's crap. So, whatever. Then we got Deadly Discovery. Oh, this one's interesting. This is going back in time a little bit. So this is straight up Golgari. Let's see. We got Vraska, and only one of her. Okay, and this is the one that's 6 for 6. Oh, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to run more. This is probably the deck I'm the least familiar with. Branchwalker, yes. Llanowar, Wild Growth, duh. Seeker, yeah. Jade Light. I would run bare minimum 3. Chupacabra, of course.
That's a chupacabra? I believe it's pronounced chupamafabla.
Plague Crafter. I don't know about that. I've seen people run it, but it depends what exact version you're running. District Guide. What is that doing in here? That's not even good ramp. There's like 5 better cards than that. Golgari Find Broker. Okay, I mean, if you want to bring back a walker, people don't play this, but I feel like they should, but if they do, it shouldn't be 3, it should be 2. Find Finality, absolutely. The thing is, that's more of a feed your graveyard thing, and there's no undergrowth in this entire deck. Cast Down, yeah. Eldest Reborn, okay. So this is like a slow, gradual version of it where you just run them over with Explore stuff. Let's see, Woodland, okay. Now we got some money. That's probably like 7-8 apiece. Golgari Guildgate, that's not. Overgrown Tomb, I mean, okay, it's a Shockland, finally. I think this is the only Shockland in any of the decks. Great. Memorial, yeah, you gotta have that in this deck, absolutely. I would put that in way before Golgari Find Broker. And then 8 and 6. So, I mean, it's a functional deck. None of these are just disasters right out of the box. But I think you need more Vraskas. Like, if you're gonna have a stall, bring it back from the graveyard thing, I would get rid of the District Guides and put in 2 more Vraskas. And the funny thing is, they keep saying, like, what you should do. I'll actually show it on the final one, like, to make the deck not suck, which is hilarious. Oh, the sideboard, I forgot. Duress, yeah. Golden Demise, absolutely. Harpooner, sure. Bloodfast, that one doesn't really fit, but I don't know, maybe there's something I'm not seeing here. Reclamation Sage, if I could say it properly. I mean, I guess there's no point in this being a creature, just run a cheaper version. And then Murder, just outright murder. Okay, I guess. It's not what I would choose, but more removal, hey. And then we've got Arcane Tempo, which that's not what it is. This one is hilarious. So we've got Electromancer, cool. Crackling Drake, okay, I see where you're going with this. Murmuring Mystic, cool. I mean, I've seen people take that angle to it. It's not terrible. 1 Arclight Phoenix. Okay, guys, this is an Arclight Phoenix deck to an extent. It's still missing the engine, but they put it in anyway. You either run 4 or you don't. I mean, it's that simple. But they just put it in there probably for money reasons because nothing in this deck is worth anything. Although they really should have put in Rekindling Phoenix, but I think they didn't because the other one has it and they didn't want to devalue it by printing double the amount of singles of it for the entire world's supply. So they purposely put the wrong Phoenix in this deck for that reason, in my opinion, which is pathetic. Then we got 2 Niv Mizzets, okay. I mean, I haven't seen this deck list in forever, but I feel like it should run at least 3. Chart of Course, cool. That's supposed to chuck him into the graveyard. Good luck. Lava Coil, yeah. Bacon Bolt, gotta love that bacon. Opt, okay, radical idea, okay, whatever. It draws, and jacks up the number for him. The fact that there's no Enigma Drakes in this is a bit of an enigma. Shock, okay, dive down, that's obnoxious as hell. Blink of an eye, okay. This has got to be pretty close to what it really is, but I feel like they stripped out a lot of money. Imagine that. Mirari Conjecture, that one's weird. I mean, I've seen people do it, but almost nothing in this entire graveyard is worth going to get. That's the problem. Like, Lava Coil would be, but, like, what are the chances you already cast that and then have a second target and don't have a second one in hand? It's very strange. Sulfur Falls, 3 of them. Okay, I guess that's where the value went. Guild Gates and then nothing past that. That's playable. I mean, this isn't like a fast deck, so, I mean, you can play without it. It's just you shouldn't. You should probably have at least 2 Shocks in here, if not 4. And then another Sulfur Falls. Wow. But okay, so the sideboard is another Mirari. I can't imagine what the point of that is. Negate, absolutely. It's probably not that one. just saying, it's probably not that exact version. Fiery Cannonade, yeah, that makes sense. Disdainful, I guess. I mean, I would have put in Sinister. Another Bacon Bolt, that's cool. I mean, adjusting the amount of removal, classic sideboard. Entrancing Melody. Holy hell, this is $5. This went from 50 cents to $5 in like 3 days. So that's some money. I think that was actually unintentional. That would bring this up to probably the most expensive deck. And then Shivan Fire. I mean, okay. It's very specific weird removal, but okay. Maybe take out a Shock if they got bigger stuff. I don't know. So check this out. Okay. This is hilarious. They're like, oh, here's the proof. It went 9-1. Well, no, not this deck list. Not the exact one you have up there. And then, if you're interested in being more aggressive and playing a tempo strategy, wait a minute, what's this deck called? Arcane Tempo. Okay, so if you want this to be a tempo deck, you can consider adding Terramander, Enigma Drake, and Spell Pierce. You know, the cards that should have been in here in the first place. I knew Terramander was missing. I just couldn't place it. Oh, what a joke. I also recommend his first place deck from StarCityGames.com. I can't talk today. Invitational in Dismember and Lumpy Space Vargas's deck from the top 8 of Mythic Championship. Oh, he was there? I didn't even watch it. The archetype is very open-ended. That's true. You could go all-in Drakes with a ton of removal. You could go all-in draw with like kind of some self-mill effects and the Arclight. The Arclight just shouldn't even be in here. They just put that in there for money, which is funny because they probably thought this was bulk when they finalized this deck. So they probably finalized these like 3 months ago, by the way. So there is that. And that's their excuse for not putting in any cards from Ravnica Allegiance, I guess. Okay. So I love how they're just like, we're selling you half the deck. To make the actual proper deck that's competitive now, put these in here. Why are these a thing? Just sell the deck for $100 and build it the way it's supposed to be built. How about that? That would go over real well with the players. For some reason, people can do some mental gymnastics to be like, I'm going to buy this, then I'm going to spend a bunch more money on this, which actually, I mean, all these cards are cheap. That's what I don't get about how they did this specific one, but they do this for some of them. They're like, hey, put Hydroid Crisis and Hostage Taker in it. Yeah, dump another $100 and $200 whatever dollars into the damn deck. Okay, cool. I'll get right on that. What does this one say? Risk factor, yeah, that is missing. Okay, now that they say it. And Skewer the Critics, oh my god, yeah. This is like a super old version of the deck. I didn't even realize that. And, yeah, locks it on. Yeah, Planeswalker, I mean, that slows it down, but it makes it better mid-range. That's a good deck, too. I have a version of that. Yeah, Snubhorn, Rustwing is okay. I don't agree with that one being in there. Chain Whirlers, yeah, they're alright. They're expensive. Wait, what? I think they're referencing something else. And then Heroic Reinforcements, which you'd have to mix red. That's not even the same damn deck. So, yeah, they're just like, hey, if you want these decks to actually be good and up to date, you got to do this. So they're playable out of the box. They're so much better if you build them properly that it's like, I guess you could build it as a base, but what's the point? Just build the deck. And plus, most people who want a deck like these have already built the deck. So I don't really get who these are for. I mean, I wouldn't even say that they reprinted these for the value necessarily, but like I said, they all seem to be 50 plus to me. So if you were to just build or buy them and disassemble them, you could maybe make a very slight profit, maybe not on like a buy list, but on like eBay. And one of them they seem to have accidentally made a little bit too expensive, but you know, that's what happens. Cards shift in price. I mean, it is what it is. So the theory that I've heard is that they do make these exclusively for the singles. They don't expect anyone to pick up these decks and play with them because they're so old and they're from such a while ago in the meta that maybe they're competitive, maybe they're not. I'd say they're all still highly competitive. I mean, if they won a tournament at some point, they're still good. It's just maybe a deck edged them out by a couple percentage points, and now people are playing that because people really like to copy stuff. But the theory is they're just trying to cash in on the oldest expensive cards by making you pay for them again. So instead of somebody who's holding on to a bunch of copies of, where was it? It's in one of these, Rekindling Phoenix. Now they're going to print another one, cash in on it to undercut them and devalue it by putting it in this deck. And that's a problem. And even just the lands, they're really devaluing the lands pretty good. I mean, they still shorted the lands because they're so damn expensive, but like this one has 2 woodland cemeteries and 1 tomb. This one had 3 Sulphur Falls, and that was, I don't know, that was, I think, it. The rest are mono, so they didn't get too creative with it. They got lucky that they could make mono actually competitive this time around, because then they could just short the lands and put actually good cards in them, kind of. But yeah, they're taking the oldest valuable cards in older archetypes and printing them so that they can effectively sell you singles, because there's no variance in these at all. You are buying the exact singles that are on the list. They're selling you the singles again as a last-ditch effort to cash in on them before the secondary market can do it. And that's not good for single sellers, obviously. But I mean, the argument could be made that these, what were they called the first time around? Event decks were very popular. People really liked them. They were really good, competitive, and they're standard legal. They contain the sideboard. They're a fantastic starting point compared to the Planeswalker decks, which are kind of hit or miss, but they're also half the price. And so people do buy them to play them. I mean, according to Wizards and what they said about why they brought them back and the popularity of them. So, and what I'm hearing from the community too. So it could be both. I think it is both. I think they are selling these to people who want pre-made decks that are competitive and or close to something good. And then they also want to cash in on the oldest expensive cards. I think it really is both. So do I think the product should go away? Absolutely. I don't agree with them literally selling people net decks. I don't agree what it does to the secondary market. I don't agree with basically anything. I don't even agree with stuff like Commander, where there's 4 different decks and only 2 of them are going to sell very well, and then the shop gets stuck with the other 2, and then people whine and moan if you up the price on the popular ones to make up for it. It's just a losing prospect. So 2 of them are going to eat up your entire margin, or you're going to get stuck with them and take a full loss on them. And to me, that's just stupid, and the devaluing of the singles in every single one of these deck lists, just unacceptable, completely unacceptable, especially Jade Light Ranger. I mean, that card's an antique, and they're just trying to cash in on it. It's that simple. So, yeah, I think they should stop making these immediately. I didn't agree with them in the first place, and I don't now. It's really that simple. So let me know what you think about them, and if you think they should exist, and if you're buying them, please don't. And I will see you guys next video.
The Legend of the Chupacabra! Where'd the Chupacabra go?